Hi, my name is Jerry Seatek, and together with my wife Kathy Seatek, we're co-founders of Human Balance and Stability Systems. Most videos that you see these days are between 1, 2, and 5 minutes or something, so I'm going to try to keep this as brief as I can. But solving the problems of standing are way too complicated to get through in a quick 30-second commercial. That's not what I am here for. What I'm here for is to continue the efforts to educate all of you on a solution that we've come to that is going to change how we approach standing in the workplace, or standing in physical therapy, standing in any sector that we perform a task, period. So let me get started. Kathy and I also own a precision grinding company that we do very intricate, very close tolerance machining. We build fixtures and setups to hold parts in particular configurations so that we can get to and achieve the tolerances that are required by the OEM. That work can be very, very strenuous, very stressful. It's done on old, antiquated manual machines, and there aren't the people that used to do it still around today. But it's still a need for it, and we still know it very well, and we spend a lot of time on our feet as a result of it. So about 3 years ago, we were faced with possibly ending our careers because of the pain in our lower back and in our feet and legs, and we simply could not stand for the durations of the shifts any longer. So one day we took a shower seat and reconfigured it, took the back down on a slope along the legs, and placed it in front of one of the machines, simply to get one leg up and be able to move our feet around, right? But each time we put both feet back on the ground, that slight incline made contact with our shins, and we found a relaxation in our body, and so we had to ask why. Most of you who follow Kathy know that she's put out a lot of information. She spends a lot of time reading research on body sway, gait, the fascia, muscle tension, workplace solutions for standing, and one of the most important ones that we've seen in recent years is height adjustable desks and the stand-up desk environment for offices. So let's talk a little bit about the difference between the two. I mean, certainly in manufacturing and jobs that require us to stay on our feet all day, there's a real need to help those folks. I mean, there's a lot of chronic illness being generated from standing our entire lives performing tasks, and you can see it every day when you go to a grocery store and you see an elderly person, hunched over and hobbling along and all of that. There's a good possibility they spent a lot of time in their life on their feet. But in an office environment, they're beginning to look at, they've continued to look at getting people out of the normal old chairs right here and getting them into a standing position for the health benefits. And it's argued now that too much standing is bad for you as well. So we need to get away from our desk and go walk periodically and keep a dynamic flow moving. Agreed, no problem. Get it? That's good stuff. But even intermittently standing, we need to control sway. That's what we found. When we began to research all of this benefit that we found in that very initial prototype, we found a study that told us that if you put one finger on a stationary object, you control internal sway. Your body begins to sense a sensation that it's more relaxed and more stable. It's very, very, it's not real noticeable, but if you do it a few times and you focus on it, you'll feel that sensation. So what we were essentially doing, we discovered, was taking that point of contact and putting it at our shins, which is the strongest bone in the body. So we went on to develop some prototypes, and it got more and more interesting to us, and we submitted our patent, and started moving forward with this notion that controlling sway from a point of contact at the shins was going to be really significant. So in the end, where we are today is we've developed the StandRite-Pro. It's a pad that you can basically put in any sector, whether it be manufacturing or office environment or retail, point of sale, educational, I could go on and on, rehabilitation centers, that sort of thing. And by placing your feet under the pad and slightly bending your knees to make contact at your shins, you feel an almost instant sensation of calming throughout your lower back, your legs, and your feet, and so on. What's happening is that sway that occurs in our body internally and unnoticed, because it's basically subconscious, the tendons and muscles and fascia, which are all connected, are constantly tensing and relaxing back and forth. And they're expending a tremendous amount of energy that, frankly, we don't have it to give up. So here we are at the end of a shift, and we are just exhausted and in pain, and it's because all day long our muscles have been tensing to try to stay in this balanced position. Then you add on all the tasks that you do, and it just lends more to it. So we can go a step further and say that that tension in your lower back may be facilitating more strains and pains and injuries to the lower back because we're out of position and because we're tensed and so on. One of the biggest factors we found was that locking the knees is completely terrible for us. Okay, as we stand in a position without any support at all, we lock our knees. It's something everyone does, and what that does is it constricts blood flow. It stacks all your weight and gravity right down on your spine and on your joints, and that is a killer. That is going to cause chronic problems in your vertebrae, in your joints, in your circulation, and so on. So what we found out was that we could simply place these in front of our machines and relax that area throughout our body and begin to perform the tasks that we always performed. Maybe we have to reach over here, but we have leverage because now our knees are slightly bent. We're not operating with a locked knee situation where we're reaching and causing strain. So that in itself is really wonderful, but as a result of using it for only 3 to 6 weeks initially, we began to see a change in our posture. Our body started to remember that this felt better. This posture felt better. And so now, as I walk and I speak to you today, I rarely have locked knees. My knees are always kind of flexed. I'm always in a dynamic kind of environment. I'm not dancing, let's say, but I'm constantly moving and constantly just kind of got a flexible stature, right? So it isn't so much that I've cured having to lean on something to calm sway. We all do it. But when I'm at work, in a work environment, in my workspace, I can go up to this and recenter my body each time I do it. So whether you're working, 12 hours a day on a machine environment where you spend, 15, 20 minutes in this condition and then you move away and check a part or something, or if you're in an office environment and you come over and you spend 15 minutes writing an email and then you have to go over to some other department or something, and you come back, your body realizes again that that's a relax point. And so you begin to straighten your posture up and you begin to feel much better all the way around. So we really hit the nail on the head with this. We've really found something that is incredibly useful for the world, really. We came up with something that has no wires. It's affordable, it's sensible, it's practical, and best of all, it's logical. If you can keep a stature that is more agile, like an athlete, say, where they come in and they it's more obviously more pronounced in a athletic environment because you're ready to move in any direction. But if you can put that slight bend in the knees and get some of the weight off of your heels and towards the balls of your feet, then you're going to experience a better posture, a better stature because of it. And your body remembers that. And it just needs to learn how to stand again. So here's where we're at today. We have models for retail, industrial applications, office environments. We're working very hard to reach out to healthcare, surgical beds, hospital beds, physical therapists, things of that nature, because we feel that surgeons who really have a work expectancy of about 20 years now, and there's such demand for them, that they basically stand in these positions all day with no relief. They're making chairs for them and so on, but we get back to that whole sedentary thing about sitting. So why not put these right next to the surgical table? And why not have the surgeon be able to have the range of motion that he needs and the accuracy that he needs without trying to find relief for pain and fatigue? Because that's where the real killer is happening in productivity. We have machines in here, and when we get tired and we're working on the machine, what do? We go back and we lean on something for a few minutes. We stop and we go like this. We look for any opportunity to relieve the pain. That's costing us time, it's costing us money, and it may very well be costing us more injuries. So, in using this product, we're going to see productivity go up, instances of back strain go down. We're very likely going to see workers' comp catch on and start prescribing these to companies to lower their costs. Risk and loss insurers might take some interest in this. Consultants who are responsible for coming up with solutions to get people back to work. The possibilities are endless. This is a worldwide global problem, and HBS Systems has come up with a solution. So if you'd like to help us in any way, if you've got interest in this, please spend the time to visit our website at www.hbssco.com and learn more about our company. You can call us at 586-663-2212, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. But researchers, if you're looking at this video thinking, boy, I have a project in mind for that, call us up. We'll work with you on this. We'll try to help you in any way we can to begin to explore the really long-term benefits of this. If you're a manufacturing company and you're facing huge workers' comp costs and big risk and loss insurance premiums, come talk to us. We have solutions for you. You can go back to your insurance companies and you can say, look at what we've done. Now look at my rates. Those are important things. But most importantly of all, the people who are doing the work for us are where the money's made. And we need to quit thinking from up here and trickling down. And we need to start thinking from where people are making us the money, back up. So let's take care of that asset right there in the standing position, and let's move forward with making them healthier, more productive, and have a longer, healthier, and happier career. Again, Kathy and I appreciate everyone who follows us. If you're not following us now, please do so. Please share this video with your employers, your coworkers, your friends. We're currently focused on business to business. For obvious reasons, at this point in the game, we can mass produce large volumes, but we've yet to set up any type of e-commerce where we can sell them one at a time yet or anything like that. So it's very important that we start to work together to solve some of the biggest problems facing us today. And who knows, maybe together we can bring down healthcare costs overall. That would be nice. Thank you again for watching this short video. I hope it wasn't too long. We look forward to hearing